Hi, welcome to Scofield Farm. This morning I am just putting together a produce box for a local gal who's trading me for eggs. Our chickens are taking a huge break of laying eggs in the winter. Most of our chickens are a little bit older. We only have a couple new layers. So I am putting together a box of our produce from our winter garden so that she can get produce and I can get some of her eggs. It's an awesome thing about homesteading and gardening. When you have a local community, you can actually do barters and trades and everybody can benefit, which is super helpful for, I think, all of us. One of the things we are trading for is sage. We have huge sage. We used to have two huge bushes. I actually made the decision to remove one of our bushes and just keep one huge bush. This is wonderful. Anytime I don't feel well, I make myself sage tea. It's very herbal. Sometimes I put honey in it, but it's really good. I love to cook with sage too. Sage and brown butter is very delicious. It gets crispy. I put it over the top of pasta or winter squashes, sometimes scrambled eggs. It's really delicious. So I'm gonna get her some sage right now. Now, a lot of my sage has actually started to kind of go a little dormant, but there's still plenty. I mean, really, this is abundant sage. I'm gonna cut just some of these branches off. Harvesting for you all one-handed. I really should have set up the camera on a tripod or something, right? Oh well, this works. This is a good bundle of sage to include in her box. So beautiful and fresh. Oh, it smells so good. I also told her I would include a bunch of chard. We have chard all over the garden. This is a really nice red ruby one that we eat off of a ton. Literally, I'm just gonna start pulling a bunch of leaves. This is a lot of chard. I can't even quite show you how much this is. It is a huge bundle full. Oh, so delicious, so abundant. I'm also going to share the wealth of this beautiful parsley with her. This parsley is delicious. We actually put it in a salad last night. It's so good in soups. It's really good to juice parsley with ginger and apples, and it's actually making me think I need to get my juicer out because I haven't done it yet this season, and it is so good. Look at that. Beautiful parsley is hardy through the winter. I think in zones like 7 up. Gorgeous, abundant parsley. We're gonna get a good bunch for her in here. Right here, I'm gonna leave the smaller ones aside to grow up and take the larger ones, a big handful of it. Lovely. This smells so good. She's gonna love this. Oh, I love that I can trade some of our bounty for eggs. It's so awesome. What a blessing it is to grow food. All right, adding it to the tray of stuff to come inside. This thing's gonna be overflowing before I actually get it indoors. How am I gonna fit this in the box? We still have chives that came back, so I'm gonna give it a nice little haircut. I gave this such a huge haircut before and they just came back and they're so resilient, and we keep putting them in our salads and eating them ourselves. They're so delicious. So I'm gonna definitely share some of this blessing with her too. These will be so good. Just tuck them right into the little harvest basket. The last thing from out in the veggie garden that I'm gonna harvest is some kale for her. I love to harvest kale by picking the outer leaves That way it just keeps coming back because it grows right there from the middle. See that? So it's just gonna keep reproducing over and over and over again. And it makes it a really fun thing to grow in the winter. We just had a bunch of kale in a salad last night. So kale can be used a lot of ways, but it is definitely a favorite for our family. This specific kale I'm harvesting from is called cyber frill kale. It's got those really pretty frilly leaves, see? Kind of like a red Russian, but not the purpley red. I included some red Russian leaves in there so it'd have a little bit of the pretty color. Oh my, it smells good. It's super fresh. It just got rainwater. This is going to be delicious in her box. I'm going to tuck it in, the only free space left in this little harvest tray. Oh my goodness, look at all of that green goodness. And this isn't even everything that's going in her box. I have lemons inside, a butternut squash, and some rosemary for her as well. Goodness. Let's go inside and I'll show you the other things I'm putting in the box so that you can see all of the goodness that I'm giving to her. I just want to put a plug for trading vegetables and produce and eggs and honey and all sorts of stuff from your homestead, even if you do milk or whatever from goats or cows. Trading is super great to strengthen the local community, to help you get the things that maybe you're lacking right now. And it helps me where I've got a lot of abundance in certain areas that it can be hard maybe to use everything fresh. Not a lot of the winter garden can be preserved, but I can use it so other people can enjoy the freshness. I can enjoy what they have as well. I think it's a great way to use gardening. I think it's a great way to leverage what each of us have, different strengths in our garden, in our property, in our homesteading, in our experiences, and we can help everybody benefit. Okay, so other things in the box, I have rosemary, which is wonderful. Everyone loves rosemary, right? Good for meats, good for eggs, good for tea. I like it in tea. Potatoes, it's so good for potatoes. I love country potatoes. So rosemary is definitely in the box. Also including some of my Meyer lemons that I just picked this morning, so fresh, and a butternut squash from our harvest. So I'm gonna arrange this box all nice and then you guys will get to see what she's gonna get to see. All right, there is a lot of chard in here. It almost makes it so there's not much room to put everything else in the box. Chard, check. Rosemary, check. Lemons, butternut squash. Let's put the chives in. We'll maybe tuck them right there. Looks good. All right, next let's maybe get the parsley. I mean, this really is a lot of parsley. Tuck this in. It's gonna actually almost bury the ton of chard and the little chives that are sticking out there. So lovely. I just love how the sage looks. The sage should be kind of over here, I think. Maybe I'll tuck it right behind our butternut squash so it kind of sticks out of the side. We're making this beautiful too, right? And all this beautiful kale can kind of be nestled down in there. We're basically hiding the butternut squash. And we'll put in the last of our lemons. There it is, a box full of goodness, off to be traded. I love the garden. Thanks for joining me. I love growing food. It's so fun. Trading is also super rewarding. I'll see you real soon.